Almost no experts predicted the Wolves beating the defending champs on the road in a Game 7, especially when Anthony Edwards had 2 points down 15 at half. But after they pulled it off, Ant let Charles Barkley know.
I have not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years.
Bring gas.
Oh, we might be doing that for a long time, actually, because they might be the best team in the world. Next up for Minnesota is the Dallas Mavericks. Yes, Luka will be the best player in that series, but definitely a flawed team. The Wolves will be favored in the conference finals, and then probably the Celtics, who don't have Kristaps Porzingis 100%. That is terrible against Minnesota's size and defense. Are we about to see a 22-year-old Anthony Edwards lead his team to a championship? What will that mean for his legacy and the league? Well, first, we have to talk about the Denver Nuggets. What are they gonna do? Up 20 points in the third quarter? It's the first time ever a home team has lost a Game 7 in that spot. Why? Because Nikola Jokic was tired and his role players didn't step up. In Game 7, Murray and Jokic combined for 69 points. The rest of the team, just 21. This doesn't kill Jokic's legacy. He's still the best player in the world. His front office let him down. They lost Bruce Brown and Jeff Green from last year. Did that matter? Yes. Brown was a role player who could hit shots, defend, and create offense. Instead, Michael Porter Jr., in the last 3 games of this series, he scored 6 points a game, 19% from 3, on a max contract. That's why they couldn't afford to keep their depth and instead paid MPJ, a role player paid like a star. But still, give credit to the Timberwolves defense, #1 in the NBA. They wore out the Nuggets in the second half, who just ran out of gas. Coach Michael Malone couldn't give Joker time on the bench because what are they going to do without him? So Coach Malone had the most fiery press conference ever after the loss, but the worst part, listen closely to what's going on in the background.
How hard is it just to absorb a loss like this after going ahead by 20?
Question, man. The season's over. That's what's hard.
Dude, he is so mad. And you can hear the Timberwolves celebrating in their locker room. That is cruel. But how much trouble are the Nuggets actually in right now? Is their window closed? Well, remember last year their playoff run was beating the Wolves in year 1 with Gobert, 21-year-old Ant. The Suns, year 1 with KD, sweep the Lakers, and the 8 seed Miami Heat. Not exactly the toughest road. That offseason, Nuggets GM Calvin Booth said, if everything's optimized, we should win 3 or 4 titles. Are you sure about that? Yes, they've got the best player in the world, but not an elite defense, and the West is getting really good. The Young Thunder, Luka, the Wolves. We don't even talk about the Memphis Grizzlies anymore. And with the new CBA, you can't just pay everybody. There is a chance the Golden State Warriors were the last NBA dynasty for a while. Teams that stack talent are like the Suns, who pay a big 3 and can't afford a bench. So the Nuggets might go down like the Bucks or the Raptors as teams that were really good with a superstar but only won a single title. But they were still up 20 in the third quarter. This wasn't supposed to happen. But the Wolves swarmed them with their size, out-rebounding 29-15 in the second half. Naz Reid came in, blocked Jokic on one end, put back on the other. Karl Anthony Towns had the biggest game of his life. I have called him a soft player who melts down in big moments. Not in Game 7. If it wasn't for him, the Nuggets could have been up by 30 at half. The best defense on Joker. And did you see the dagger putback dunk to seal the win? But Ant is a legend for only scoring 16 points and still having a huge impact on this game. We all thought, oh, comparisons to Michael Jordan. Well, this is the spot. Game 7, defending champs on the road. If you're MJ, go drop 50. But no, the Nuggets double teamed him from the start. So instead, he made amazing passes, 7 assists and only 1 turnover. That is clutch. And leave it to Ant to troll the crowd, waving goodbye in the middle of a play. But my favorite part about Ant is his attitude. Listen to what he says about a specific teammate.
But if you were going to hand out a game ball for this effort, who would get it?
Jaden McDaniels.
No question.
No question.
Dude couldn't wait to shout out Jaden McDaniels. He couldn't even let Ernie Johnson finish his question because there's a big difference between cocky and confident. We all love to hear Ant say, I could turn pro at hockey or swimming if I wanted to. But if you listen close, he's not arrogant. I mean, when ESPN asked him about who the future face in the league is, he said, I don't know, SGA is really good. Luka's been to the conference finals. And they said, what about you? And he said, I'm only 22 years old. I'm not there yet. That is actual humility from a guy who's supposed to be cocky. No, he just believes in himself. And that makes other guys want to follow him. But what makes him really special is what he said before Game 7.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell
games?
yeah. They know I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I'll see y'all for Game 7. Yeah.
You know who says that kind of stuff? Guarantees a Game 7 because he is so confident. Guys like Kobe and Michael Jordan. It is so rare to pair elite talent with that killer confident mentality. Usually we only get one or the other. Ben Simmons or, no offense, Zion Williamson. All the talent, not the mentality. Or you got Jose Alvarado, who's a bulldog, but not especially gifted. But can the Timberwolves win it all? Well, normally, a team has to take steps before winning the chip. The Nuggets lost in the second round, then the conference finals, then they broke through. The Bucks did the exact same thing, but the Wolves haven't even been to a conference finals in 20 years. Can they handle that pressure?
We lost last year.
Yeah, but that's different. You have to lose at a bigger stage. Usually, teams usually.
It's the playoffs. We lost last year.
We lost the last 2 years. Shit.
God damn. How much more we gotta lose?
Yeah, how much you want us to lose?
Been losing for 20 years.
I mean, that's just the truth, dog.
God damn.
Okay, maybe they can. But if they do it, Ant will really be a legend because the last time a 22-year-old was the best player on a championship team was Magic Johnson in 1980, actually 2 years younger as a rookie. Since then, we've had guys like Dwayne Wade in 06 at 24 years old, or Tim Duncan, 23. But it almost never happens. It took LeBron and MJ until their late 20s to win their first title. But Ant is different because of the team around him. Really great vets, the #1 defense, and a solid bench. But other players would hate to see Rudy Gobert win a chip. They recently voted him most overrated in the NBA by a mile. Most people think, it's because Rudy has an annoying personality. Actually, the real reason's even stranger.